ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Backyard Buckets. Today we're going to be talking about the Houston Rockets. Ever since the James Harden trade, they have been absolutely lights out, defensively especially. But before we get started, make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button, the like button especially. Leave us a comment. Tell us what you think about the Rockets. It'll all be greatly appreciated. It all helps us out in the YouTube algorithm, especially liking the video. With that being said, this year, the Houston Rockets are currently 10-9 and 9th in the NBA Western Conference, and they traded their best player, one of the best scorers in the NBA, James Harden. They're actually currently on a 6-game winning streak, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. I guess all these players are just excited to get the ball, so they're going crazy. Now, some of these stats I wrote yesterday before their game, so they might not be 100% accurate, but they're pretty close. Now, the Rockets, they have established themselves. They are back in the playoff hunt. Victor Oladipo has been playing great. Christian Wood is an absolute monster. Eric Gordon and John Wall have been playing really, really well. And they've actually got some important contributions from some younger guys and some veterans. So we're going to talk about all of that. But before we get started, they do have some really good young pieces, including Kevin Porter Jr., who they just traded for with the Cavs. I'm pretty sure they gave up a second-round pick. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that is what went down. So they now have Kevin Porter Jr. and Kurucs they got from the Nets, who are not getting very many minutes, but they could be getting more minutes down the road. Injuries, COVID, if any of that hits, that could be happening. Now, Christian Wood, he's been their best player so far this season. He is a future top 5 center in the NBA, in my opinion, power forward, whatever you want to call him. He can even play point guard probably. He's just been an absolute monster, averaging 23.5 points, 11 rebounds, and a block and a half. Now, I made a video earlier about Christian Wood, but I didn't think it would happen so quickly. Like, the dude's been absolutely going off. He's incredibly hard to guard. He's 6'11" with a handle and a jump shot. So, I mean, good luck guarding that. And he's also averaging a block and a half per game for the best defensive team in the NBA right now. He's a handful to deal with, so good luck to the teams guarding him, the players guarding him even. Victor Oladipo, who they traded with the Pacers for, and he has been a very, very nice surprise for the Rockets this year. He's averaging 22 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. So he's been an all-around really good player, and he's another really good defensive player. I mean, if you look at this Rockets team, they've just got really, really good defenders, especially Victor Oladipo, Christian Wood, probably the two best defenders on the team. They've just been locking people down overall, and they've been trouble. They've really been trouble. They've come together, and this is a Rockets team. I warned people they could be like the Thunder last year, trade away like their best player, and then come up and surprise some people. And right now, it's looking like it. I mean, they are probably much, much better than the Thunder were last year, in my opinion, especially with their 6-7 winning streak that they're on, 6-game winning streak that they're on right now. They've been playing lights out, and it's really, really fun to watch and encouraging for Houston fans who had to trade Harden, and now they're having to trade Deshaun Watson, so Houston sports was looking to be down. But shout out to the front office in Houston for getting the most out of James Harden that they could. John Wall, who they acquired from the Russell Westbrook deal, has been playing very, very well. A lot of people frowned on that trade, like, what are you doing? But he's been playing pretty well. 18 points a game, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. So really, really good production from John Wall. A guy coming off an Achilles injury, and you're never sure if those guys are going to be 100% or not, if they're going to be good to go. So very, very promising there from John Wall. Now, like I said, they have a lot of veterans really producing, John Wall being one of them. And Eric Gordon has been very, very surprising this year. He's averaging 17 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. I was looking through these stats. I was like, Eric Gordon? Has he been hurt and not been playing or something? But speaking of hurt, they do have some injuries, which we'll get to in a second. But Eric Gordon, shout out to him. He's been playing really, really well this season. Huge part of the Rockets' success so far. Now, a couple other guys that I'm going to mention here. David Nwaba, averaging 8.5 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist. I'm sure you'll take any contributions you can get. And David Nwaba, heard he was a pretty good defender. Haven't really watched him that much. I have seen him in 2K. But he's probably part of that number 1 defensive rating in the NBA. DeMarcus Cousins, he's come in. He's been playing very, very well. 8.7 rebounds, 2.5 assists. So you love to see it from Kuz, a guy who has been injured just nonstop, and 8.7 rebounds, 2.5 assists. It's a very, very good contribution from your veteran center. Can play, come in, and get Christian Wood some time on the bench and give him good quality minutes. Jayshawn Tate, I think I pronounced that right, one of their promising rookies, the guy that got the ball thrown at him by James Harden, I'm pretty sure. He's averaging 8 points, 5 rebounds, and an assist and a half a game. So another promising young piece there in the Rockets organization, who, like I said, went full Oklahoma City Thunder from last year. This team reminds me so much of that team from last year. It's crazy. Except they're better, in my opinion. The guys that I mentioned that were hurt, Daniel House has been hurt, either hurt or in COVID. I think a little bit of both. And then Chris Clemens, obviously, tore his Achilles, I'm pretty sure. It was either Achilles or ACL before the season, during the preseason. So that really, really stunk for them and him. So hoping he gets better, full recovery. But the Rockets are a little bit short-handed as well, and they're still doing really, really well. Obviously got PJ Tucker contributing too. But yeah, like I said, they got KJ Martin and Kurucs not playing. I meant to say KJ Martin, not Kevin Porter Jr. earlier. KJ Martin, Kurucs not playing. KPJ, hopefully he comes back. He'll start giving them some minutes too. So they do have young pieces that could turn into a little something. But going forward, they do not have very much cap space, but they have the Nets picks for the next 18 years. So that's pretty good. They'll have 2 first-round picks for every year, basically. No, they won't. Never mind. Forget I said that. But they replenish their draft stock with the Nets picks. So good job there. But they do not have much salary cap, so they will have to draft well. One thing I wanted to mention, though, during the 6-game win streak, like I said, they've had the best defensive rating in the NBA. Christian Wood a little bit under his season average with 22 and 11. John Wall a little bit under his season average with 17 points, but he is averaging 7 assists. Victor Oladipo a little bit under his season average, but some of that was with the Pacers. And then Eric Gordon, he's been averaging 20 points on 40% from three-point land. So really, really good numbers there from Eric Gordon. And then Boogie's averaging 13, 10, and 4 on 40% from 3 during the 6-game win streak. So let me know down in the comments below if you think the Rockets can keep up this hot streak they got going on. I personally think they can. But that is going to be it for today's video. So make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Also, like I said, leave a comment. It'll really help us out. If you like March Madness, it's the place to be. College basketball, IRL, NBA, all of it. We do all of it. So just stick around. We got another video coming out later. Make sure to come back and check that one out. With all that being said, thank you for watching.